How do I price in lawn care? So if you want to make more money in lawn care and you want to know how to price, because I feel like a lot of people price yards without having any like actual system in it. Like they are just throwing out some random price based off literally nothing. And they ask me how do you I price a yard? How do I do this? How do I do that? Okay, look, there's only two ways to go about it: square footage or man hour. Like literally, that's it. You can either go based off the square footage of the yard or man hour. How you judge, oh, how much should I charge per square footage? Okay, you have yards, right? You have yards and you're asking me to price. What yard do you have that you think you're mowing at a good price? Do you have a yard that you have at a good price? If you do, track how long it takes or track how much square footage it is, divide the square footage by the cost or by the time, and now you have your hourly rate or you have your square footage rate. Literally, it's that easy. You just have to actually run the numbers of a yard that you like. If you're just starting out, I honestly think a lot of people would say get super specific. If it's when you're starting out, it does not matter. If you're starting out in lawn care, literally just throw out ballpark quotes. Just throw out a bunch of quotes and see what works. First, throw out a bunch of quotes, and if you get a yard now that you think, okay, this is actually really worth it, then you use that price. When you want to raise price, you can either raise it from there, from man hour rate. You can just raise your man hour rate from 60 to 65, or from 70 to 80. Like you can just raise your man hour rate and then trickle down the numbers within the yards, or you could just raise your price per square foot. Me personally, I don't go by either. I go by standard quoting throughout neighborhoods. So what I do is I'll find a price per cut that works in a neighborhood, and I will quote every single yard in the neighborhood the exact same quote because I just don't care. I'm not going to waste time. At the end of the day, those super small inefficiencies aren't going to make and break your business. What makes and breaks your business is the fact that you don't got no goddamn customers, right? If you want customers, focus on getting customers, and all the rest becomes super efficient. It becomes easy. If you have hella yards, you're not going to have to worry if this yard, oh, I make $2 less a month than I should be making. That problem is for people who aren't getting work. If you're not getting work, that's when you have that problem. If your schedule is packed, consolidated, you do not have that problem. I don't have that problem for a reason. I understand if you live up north, for all the people who are going to comment and say, and I already see it, who are going to say, oh, but we don't have neighborhoods like you. Okay, of course you don't have neighborhoods like me. You have to probably go by square footage. I am saying this for if a neighborhood. I didn't say this for the countryside. I'm saying for a neighborhood, I have standard pricing, not for just any house. I have standard pricing within neighborhoods, which majority of people are doing the mowing in. If you're doing countryside stuff, then you have to predict hourly rate or square footage. You could just go either or. When it comes to bigger properties like hotels and stuff, I do hourly rate. When I do the commercial, I'm doing hourly rate. But when it comes to residential, I do a standard pricing throughout neighborhoods because in Florida, at least where I live, all we have is neighborhoods. We don't have like country yards, you know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about that. All of our yards are neighborhood. If they were country yards, I would do the same quoting process I do with commercial with hourly rate or square footage. I think square footage is really the best because you could do it through Google Earth. You don't have to look at the property. You don't have to guesstimate the time. You literally can guesstimate it through square footage through Google Earth. Load up Google Earth, and you can outline the entire property. Bam, you have your square footage. That makes it real easy. That's how I would probably do it. If I was quoting and I didn't know how to quote, in the very beginning, throw out a bunch of ballpark quotes, figure out what works. From there, you can tweak. And when you have to increase your price, you can either increase it through increasing the neighborhood price, increasing your hourly rate, or increasing the amount you charge per square footage. And bam, you'll be on your way, merry dairy, and you'll be making your money. All right, sounds good. Next